This question is all about prime factorisation and highest common factor and lowest common multiple. And I think the clearest, most intuitive way of solving questions to do with all three of those things is to use the Venn diagram method. So I'm going to draw a Venn diagram, blank at the moment, for A and B with their prime factorisations to consider. So notice that 2 as a prime number only appears in B. So that 2 cubed is just going to sit on the B on its own part. Now 3 appears in both, once for B but 5 times for A. So we're going to stick it once in the middle and 4 more times for A. Now 5's next, 5 only appears for A. And then 7 appears 3 times for both plus an extra 1 for B. Okay, we have a completed prime factorisation Venn diagram. Now, the highest common factor is the product of everything here in the middle. So 3 times 7 cubed. And the lowest common multiple is the product of everything in the Venn diagram. So we're going to have 2 cubed, and then 3 to the power 5, 5, and then 7 to the power 4. Now, before we go on to part B, I want you to notice something. Notice that we didn't technically need the Venn diagram there, because there's something about highest common factor and lowest common multiple that means if you've got these written in prime factorisation form, as we have, you can actually kind of just read the answers off. Do it by inspection, we say, or do it in your head. So notice that the lowest power, well, 2 and 5 only appear in one of the A and B, not both. 3 and 7 appear in both, so notice that we've ended up with 3 and 7 here. And notice that the lowest power of 3 is here, power 1, 3 to the power 1. And the lowest power of 7 is this one, 7 to the power 3. So it's the lowest power on the 3 and the lowest power on the 7 that have ended up making up our highest common factor. 3 to the power 1, 7 to the power 3. Conversely, for the lowest common multiple, it's the highest powers we want. We need every prime number that appears anywhere, so 2, 3, 5 and 7, all 4 of those. 2 appears to the power 3, just in one number, so we get 2 to the power 3. 3 appears in both, but we're going to take the highest of those, so 3 to the power 5. 5 only appears in A, so we're just going to have 5. And then 7 appears in both, but we're going to get 7 to the power 4, because it's the highest number, or the largest number. So we get 7 to the power 4. So if you remember that process, then it's possible to do these, as I said, by inspection. And that leads us actually into a really nice, easy way of solving part B. So we need to find P, Q and R. So let's first look at the highest common factor of B and C. So that's using that idea that we've just come up with. This is telling us that between B and C, the lowest power of 2 must be 3. So the lowest power of 2 must be 3. Well, we've already got 2 to the power 3 there, so P could be 3, but it could also be 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, etc. Still, the lowest of those 2 would be 2 to the power 3. So it doesn't really tell us anything that we still don't know what P is. I suppose we could say that P is at least 3, greater than or equal to 3. But we can make a bit more progress when we look at this 7 here. We're told that the lowest power on the 7 must be power 1. Well, there's a power 4 there, so therefore R must be 1. This must be 7 to the power 1. So straight away we've got R equals 1. Then we're dealing with the lowest common multiple of A and C. So we're told that, remember, the highest power on the 2 must be power 4. Well, there's no power at all on A. Sorry, there's no power of 2 at all on A. So that P there simply must be 4. And then checking the rest of the number, we've got that the highest power of 3 is 5. Well, there's a Power 5 there, it doesn't appear here at all, 3, so we haven't learnt anything new there, it's just going to be 3 to the power 5. 5 squared, well, okay, well we've got power 1 there, and that must be therefore power 2, because it must be the power 5 squared is the highest power of 2, so q must be 2. And it looks like we're done, but just to finish off, let's just check that it also works for the 7. 7 cubed is the highest power for A and C on the 7. So 7 cubed and 7, well, we know R is 1 already, but that still works out, doesn't it? Power 7 cubed is indeed still the highest power on the 7, so that works. All checks out and we're done.